topic is cryptocurrency. I'm sure it's something you guys have all heard of. It's been in the news a lot as of late, especially with the Trump administration. And it's something that a lot of people don't know exactly what they're talking about, but you hear all these terms everywhere. So today, we're here to break that down and try to give you a more fundamental understanding of what crypto is. And to start,
Yeah, so I'm Pranav, I'm a finance major, and I started investing in crypto at age 15 through my mom's account, and when I was reading, I started on Robinhood. And then I've always been passionate about stock market because of my dad, and then obviously money markets and like Fed and everything. And fun fact, I was trading meme coins last semester before living in Madrid.
My name is Max. You guys might have seen me before. I'm vice president here at PPM. And just for future reference, Pranav is actually a member here, and we invited him to talk because crypto is something that he's really passionate about and really interested in. And in the future, we want to see more of you guys find topics that you're interested in and be able to present up here with us. Because one, it builds just public speaking skills, and two, teaching other people topics is like the best way to really become an expert yourself. So going forward in the future, if any of you guys have topics you want to cover or you want to try to present, just let us know and we can definitely arrange that. But anyways, with crypto, so Bitcoin was made in 2008, and it wasn't just made for no reason. 2008 was the financial market crisis in the United States, and I'm sure you guys have heard of it. I was only 2 years old when that happened, so I didn't really feel any of the effects of it. But if any of you have watched the movie The Big Short, this quick 6-minute clip is going to show you. Oh, is this sound good enough? Should we connect the sound or?
Have any of you guys seen The Big Short before? Yeah?
It's a great
I haven't gotten around to it, but it's on my list. Oh, yeah.
Basically, The Big Short covers what happened in 2008, why did everything crash, who made money from it, who lost money, and it's just good to know your economic history, especially if you are interested in finance, or it's just general good literacy as well. But if you don't know what happened, basically the entire housing market crashed, and people couldn't pay off their loans, they lost money, banks went out of business, they had to get acquired by bigger banks, and just a lot of not much good.
Yeah, it's good.
You smell that? What is that?
What?
What's that smell? A cologne? No.
Opportunity.
No. Money. Okay. I smell money.
Okay.
Chris.
God damn it. Sorry.
This is your basic mortgage bond. Alright? The originals were simple. They were just thousands of AAA mortgages bundled together, guaranteed by the US government. The modern ones are different. They're private, and they're made up of layers of tranches. The highest level AAA is getting paid first, the lowest rated B is getting paid last, taking on defaults first. Now obviously if you're buying Bs, you can make more money, but they're a little risky. Sometimes you fail. Chris? Somewhere along the line, these Bs and double Bs went from a little risky to dog shit. Where's the trash? I'm talking rock bottom FICO scores. No income verification. Adjustable rates, dog shit. The default rates are already up from 1 to 4%, fellas. And if they rise to 8%, and they will, a lot of these triple Bs are going to 0 too. And that, you're too close, is an opportunity.
Okay, you're saying that at 8% the bonds fail and we are already at 4%?
That's right.
If they go to 8, it's Armageddon.
Yeah, that's right.
How come nobody's talking about this?
You're completely sure of the math. Look at him. That's my quant.
You're what?
My quantitative. My math specialist. Look at him. You notice anything different about him? Look at his face. Look at his eyes. I'll give you a hint. His name's Yang. He won a national math competition in China. He doesn't even speak English. Yeah, I'm sure of the math. Actually, my name's Jung, and I do speak English. Jared likes to say I don't because he thinks it makes me seem more authentic. And I got second in that national math competition.
So you're offering us a chance to short this pile of blocks? How?
With something called a credit default swap. It's like insurance on the bond, and if it goes bust, you can make 10 to 1, even 20 to 1 return, and it's already slowly going bust.
10 to 1, 20 to 1? No way.
And no one's paying attention. No one is paying attention because the banks are too busy getting paid obscene fees to sell these bonds.
But wait, you are the bank. When you work for the bank, I bet your margins are pretty nice and fat.
Let's not talk about my margins, by the way. Being nice and fat, that's a nice shirt. Do they make it for men?
Aren't you the bank?
I work for the bank. I don't think like a bank. Big bank, small bank, I like to make money. All right? Let me put it this way. I'm standing in front of a burning house, and I'm offering you fire insurance on it.
How can these underlying bonds be as bad as you say? It wouldn't be legal.
Nobody knows what's in them. Nobody knows what's in the bonds. I've seen some that are 65% AAA rated, that I know for a fact are filled with 95% subprime shit with FICOs below 550.
Get the fuck out of here.
You want me to really blow your mind? When the market deems a bond too risky to buy, what do you think we do with it? Take a guess.
I don't know, you tell me.
All right. You think we just warehouse it on the books? No. We just repackage it with a bunch of other shit that didn't sell and put it into a CDO.
A CDO.
Yes, a CDO.
What is that?
This is where we take a bunch of Bs, double Bs, and triple Bs that haven't sold, and we put them in a pile. And when the pile gets large enough, the whole thing is suddenly considered diversified. And then the whores at the rating agency give it a 92, 93% AAA rating. No questions asked.
Say that again.
Collateralized debt obligation. It's important to understand because it's what allowed a housing crisis to become a nationwide economic disaster. Here's world-famous chef Anthony Bourdain to explain.
Okay, I'm a chef on a Sunday afternoon, setting the menu at a big restaurant. I ordered my fish on Friday, which is the mortgage bond that Michael Clary shorted. But some of the fresh fish doesn't sell. I don't know why, maybe it just came out halibut has the intelligence of a dolphin. So, what am I gonna do? Throw all this unsold fish, which is the triple B level of the bond, in the garbage and take the loss? No way. Being the crafty and morally onerous chef that I am, whatever crappy levels of the bond I don't sell, I throw it into a seafood stew. See, it's not old fish. It's a whole new thing. And the best part is they're eating 3-day-old halibut. That is a CDO.
But I just need to know how this could possibly be collated.
Somehow you're like Dora the Explorer, and you're the first person who has found this thing.
Hold on. So mortgage bonds are dog shit. CDOs are dog shit wrapped in cat shit.
Yeah, that's right. Institutions treat these CDOs like they're as solid as treasury bonds, and they're going to zero.
No, it can't be right. There's $500 billion in housing bonds sold last year alone. The ratings agencies, the banks, the fucking government, they're saying they're all asleep at the wheel.
Yeah. My whole department's long on this stuff. They call me Chicken Little. They call me Bubble Boy. A's, 0. B's, 0. Double B's, 0. Triple B's, 0. And then that happens.
What is that?
That's America's housing market. Thank you. Fucking hey, Jared. Shut your fucking mouth.
Okay. So I know that was playing a little bit, might have been a little bit confusing to unpack, but basically to summarize what happened, so you have loans, right? You have debt that you can approve. So when you loan out money, when the bank loans out money, they can loan it to really trustworthy people or people that are terrible with their money, right? And so the trustworthy people are like, you know, your doctors, engineers, millionaires. They are probably going to pay your loan back, but they can also give loans to, you know, someone that has mismanaged their money, really loves gambling, or is addicted to throwing money away at crypto, right? That is probably a little riskier. And so what happened was a lot of these institutions started ignoring this because guess what? They don't get paid for giving good loans. They get paid just by giving loans, right? The more money they exchange and the more money they hold, the more they profit. So they ended up turning a blind eye to this because guess what? They're making money, they don't gotta worry about anything else. So what ended up happening was, like you saw in the scene, all these debts eventually got piled up, and eventually, guess what? The people couldn't pay them. And so all this money that was supposed to be long-term safe investments disappeared just like that. And this caused the 2008 market crisis. And right after this, actually, and so the biggest thing we take away from this is that the government failed, right? These huge institutions that you're supposed to trust with your money, they lost all of it. And people couldn't withdraw money, the stock market was down. As an individual, you had no control over anything during this period. All you could do was take your money out and try to survive on what you had, right? People lost tons of jobs, unemployment was at all-time high. Like, this was a disaster. As you can see on the graph, the S&P dropped nearly 50%. It was crazy. So why do I bring this up when we're talking about cryptocurrency? Well, Bitcoin was made in January 3rd in 2009, and that's basically the first month right after the housing crisis. And it was made by someone by the name of Satoshi Nakamoto.
Yeah.
Right? We don't know if that's his real name or not, but that's what he goes by. And Bitcoin was made in response to the 2008 housing crisis. And the goal of Bitcoin was to be able to exchange money online, obviously, but without a trusted third-party source, such as a bank. Because when you give your money to the bank, do you actually know what they're doing with your money? The current model of banks right now is that you give them money, but they don't hold on to all your money. It's called fractional reserve banking, right? They take this money, loan it out to other people, they make investments with it, but you have no idea where your money is, and you can't access your money at any time, whenever you want. So Satoshi Nakamoto thought, hey, why are we trusting these big banks? Especially after we just saw in 2008, the whole market collapsed because we couldn't trust them, right? There's so much going on behind the scenes, and we're just unaware of it. And so the goal of Bitcoin was to replace these big banks and replace these financial payment systems such as PayPal and not JP Morgan specifically, but big banks in general. And he did this with Bitcoin. And then Pranav will explain a little bit about how Bitcoin did that.
Yeah, so basically, I'll give you my example. Let's say I'm from India, but my mom wants to send me money here in America. And it's gonna take like 2 to 3 business days to complete the transaction, and the bank is gonna charge us hilarious fees, $50, $100, something like that. But Bitcoin fixes that. It's gonna be instant, it's gonna be like 15, 20 minutes, and I could get money right away, I could access it, I could pay stuff with it. And peer-to-peer transaction, if I'm gonna pay Max right now, I could just look at his wallet, and just like Venmo, it's like Venmo at a global level. And everyone has a different transaction ID, it's anti-inflation, so like the more money they print, Fed keeps on printing money, and it's like gold, but digital. That's what I have, and it's decentralized as well. So.
Yeah, and you might be wondering, how is this any different from Venmo or PayPal? Well, you see, Venmo and PayPal are still part of the banking system, right? They take your money and they hold it for a bit and then lend it out, or then do the transfer, right? The money doesn't go straight from your account to the other person's account. There's a lot of intermediary things that happen. The process itself is called ACH, it's automated clearinghousing, but that's for another time. But all you have to understand is that Bitcoin is supposed to give power to the people and take away from these centralized sources like the bank, and be very transparent on exactly where your money is going and what it's doing. And so, trading crypto. After explaining to you exactly what Bitcoin is and why it was founded, you might be wondering, okay, so what should I do? Should I start investing now, and how do I even invest? So fundamentally, crypto is different from just cash. You don't just go out and buy crypto just like that, right? You have to, 1, open a crypto wallet, and 2, all of these exchanges happen on the blockchain. And there's a lot of technology behind it, and I'm not gonna go too much into it today. I just wanna get a high-level overview of it. But if you wanna know more and become more informed about blockchain and other cryptocurrencies, you should try to at least understand a little more of the technical side. And you can ask me after if you have any questions. But the current ways to trade crypto, there are 3 current ways. Centralized exchanges. These are your Binances, your Krakens, Gemini, Coinbase, Binance. These are big names. So the thing about centralized exchanges is that it's similar to a bank. It's actually more similar to a bank than it is to the original philosophy of Bitcoin. So these companies will do all the work for you. They'll open your crypto wallet. They'll handle all the transactions. They will hold the crypto in between exchanges until you need it to be withdrawn, right? So they do all the work for you, and you pay them a fee, and you trust them with all your credentials pretty much. So it's very easy to set up accounts through centralized exchanges, but there is still a bit of risk that you don't know exactly what's going on, and there's still a ton of legislation that's still being created at the moment. So centralized exchanges are your best option if you don't really know much about crypto. Then you have brokerage. Actually, brokerages are probably the best way because like Fidelity, Robinhood, these are already backed by the government, right? These have been in use for a while, and you can do cash with them, so they already have a lot of government backing and regulation. So they kind of operate similarly to centralized exchanges, but they're more regulated, and you can trade less crypto with them, right? They only allow much safer trades. And last but not least, you have decentralized exchanges. So these are just programs. There's no company holding your money. So when you sign up for a decentralized exchange, you have to manage your own account, right? You have to manage your wallet, you have to manage all your passwords, all your credentials, everything, right? That's all you. So it is more secure in that sense, but you also have more freedom to trade whatever cryptocurrencies you want, right? If you want some Haktua meme coins, or some maybe Ethereum, you can do that on decentralized exchanges, right? Those coins have to get approved to get put on centralized ones and brokerages.
And also, these are the actual ones which I use to trade a lot. This is called PancakeSwap. This is Uniswap. So this, if anyone wants to know more about it, you can obviously use me after class. But, yeah.
What does it mean to be decentralized?
So basically, you get the private keys. Like with these exchanges and Robinhood, you don't actually get your private keys. Private keys is the main function of crypto. That's how actually crypto works. So in decentralized exchanges, you actually get like a set of 12 or 24 keys, and that's your private, different from everybody else. And you actually get to hold your own crypto. Like nobody can access that. But if just in case if the exchange goes down, like what happened with the FTX, you don't have your keys and you could lose money if the exchange goes down.
Yeah.
Some of them are not backed by government.
So for a better example, so a decentralized exchange is essentially me directly from my wallet giving money to Pranav, right? It is online, but the process is completely like human free. There's no third party that takes my money. Versus a centralized exchange, it's like the bank, right? I give money to the bank to give money to Pranav, so like PayPal, Venmo, but it's just on blockchain. So that's like the biggest difference between cash and crypto. So crypto uses a technology to send money securely versus cash. There are secure ways to send cash, like SWIFT, that's the military one, but ultimately it is up to the bank to keep track of all your records. On blockchain, any records made on blockchain are immutable, so you can't change it. Once you write something on the blockchain, it's there forever and everyone will be able to see it. And so it's much more transparent. And if you want to know exactly how it is more transparent, you do have to kind of get into the technical side. If you're curious, definitely ask later, but we're gonna skip that for now. And so what else besides Bitcoin? You've probably all heard of Bitcoin, maybe even Ethereum or Solana, or maybe even XRP, but what's the difference? Are they not all the same cryptocurrencies? And to answer that, we have what's called as the blockchain trilemma. So in blockchain, there are 3 things to consider: scalability, security, and decentralization. So no blockchain can have all 3 really strong. And that's because of the way it's designed. So for example, Bitcoin, right? It's very decentralized and very secure, but that means it's very slow. You cannot exchange large amounts of Bitcoin at once. I don't know the exact number, but the rate is really low. And that's why you have other cryptocurrencies such as Solana and Ethereum that are made for daily transactions, right? You can do way more in volume, and they might be a little less decentralized and secure, but they traded that off to be more scalable.
Yeah, and also with Bitcoin, if I want to send him money right now, just like I said, it's going to take 30 to 45 minutes. With Solana, it's going to be like 2 seconds. So it's very scalable, and most of the decentralized exchanges volume is very heavy on Solana and Ethereum now as well, because they improved their network now with that. And XRP is more of the centralized way because it's for the government and for the banks. It's already having issues with SEC, and Polygon is.
Yeah, Polygon's based on Ethereum, but the other thing to know is that these cryptos are kind of different from your average meme coins, right? So each of these has their own separate blockchain technology. So Bitcoin runs on the Bitcoin blockchain, Ethereum runs on the Ethereum blockchain, Solana runs on the Solana blockchain, and so on, right? So these are native currencies. These are currencies based off of their own technologies. The meme coins that you see, like Dogecoin is kind of separate, but for example, like Pepe Coin, probably Haftua Coin, or any other meme coins that you see being pumped and dumped on Instagram or social media, those mostly run on Solana or Ethereum, right? So those are just, they borrowed their blockchain technology and minted their own coin. They're not actually something new. That's the reason that these coins are dominant in the industry, is because they run on their own technology. Yes, Saj.
So if Bitcoin has like outdated blockchain technology, why do you think it's the largest cryptocurrency?
So, oh yeah, you got it.
So it's like it has limited supply because Solana and Ethereum are still like inflated, and limited supply, and it was the first cryptocurrency, so that was another reason it is seen as digital gold now. And it's very secure network. You can't really change the code. With Ethereum, they're trying to fix the code because it's so much high gas fees. And Solana, the network outages and everything. Bitcoin is like perfect in a way that's why people believe it to be more secure.
Yeah. It's just like gold. Why does gold still hold value in today's day and age when everything is cash, right? It just inherently, one, it's a valuable resource, right? There's a limited amount of Bitcoin versus some other cryptos, they mint unlimited amounts. And so there's limited, and it's just the first thing, right? It's the very first cryptocurrency, just like gold was one of the most premium currencies early on in human history. So that's where it gets its value from. Did you have a question?
Kinda, yeah. You kinda answered it. It's just like a general question about cryptocurrency. So is it like one of the advantages of like cryptocurrency is like, you know, you could send it to anyone or anywhere without like anyone tracking it, right? Like unlike, for example, I don't know, I know that I read a lot about how like a lot of these cryptocurrencies are very popular on like the legal markets and all that, because you know no one can track them. But so is it like, do you think it's like a bit more less like risky, like less more regulated than like the banks, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like money laundering or something?
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah. So before like 2011, 2012, Bitcoin was mainly used on dark web because it wasn't trackable like that. Because it's more like you could see the transaction, but you can see who did it, right? It's like a credit card with no name on it. So you could see how much the bill is, how much it went through, but nobody can tell who it was, where it came from. That's why it has like a.
Yeah, and that's a good question. And honestly, that's what brings a lot of doubt into crypto, right? People are like, well, if people are using for illegal things, why would I, as an everyday person, want to use crypto? And the answer to that is, although it is good for like money laundering and doing illegal stuff and hiding your cash, that is not the original purpose of it. It just happens to be exploited by people. They figured out, oh, we can use this for this purpose. It's like cash, right? Like, I mean, you can launder cash, you can do illegal things with cash, but we can still use cash every day normally, right? There are still many everyday normal applications of cryptocurrencies, but yes, there are also ways to exploit the system. And people are trying to work around that, right? With more regulations and more laws. Like with crypto coming into the light of the government, these things are gonna have to be accounted for. They have to think about how to prevent all these crimes, how to prevent money laundering, right? Because if crypto is gonna be brought to everyone, they need a consensus. They need a set of rules that they can follow. And that's part of the philosophy of crypto, is that each of these own blockchains has their own set of rules that they follow, no matter what. And that's what gives them their own uniqueness. Yeah.
I can ask you a question about use cases. Is it fair then for people like maybe in our position that might have limited or like even basic knowledge of crypto to judge the potential of certain cryptocurrencies based on their use case? For example, like if Ethereum gets adopted by more banks, it makes sense that Ethereum went up.
Yeah.
Because it's not limited like Bitcoin.
Yeah. So if like just like you said, if it's being adopted, you see like it's scalable. If you study a little bit about Ethereum, like Ethereum is much more scalable than Bitcoin, just because you could create apps on it, games and fun stuff like that, and also like it's been used in the more decentralized use than Bitcoin now. So just like you said, you could probably look into it and invest in companies that are more likely to that. Yeah.
And I'm glad you asked that because another founding philosophy of crypto is that it's not meant to be just an investment, right? Because right now, Bitcoin, especially Bitcoin, is seen as just an investment, a hedge against inflation. But you have to understand that the original purpose was that people were going to use these every day instead of cash, right? It's meant to replace cash, and it's not just meant to be, oh, it looks pretty, it might go up in value, it might people adopt it. And yes, in the moment you can profit off of it by investing in it, like as you said, by buying it or investing in maybe ETFs. However, in the future, especially the goal of these big banks and other crypto exchanges is to be able to issue coins and have people use them on their everyday basis. So instead of putting on my wallet, I can use, well, not Apple Pay, but you know, like Bitcoin Pay and tap to pay for my everyday coffee, my everyday meal. So that's one of the goals of cryptocurrencies.
Also adding to that, when I was in Madrid, Switzerland, I was in, so McDonald's I paid with crypto. Like I just paid with Bitcoin. Yeah. John.
Yeah, so I have a question about like if there's like a limited supply of these like coins and there's no inflation, does that mean that like a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin can be expected to rise like steadily every year, and like because like of inflation and like if the dollar value like gets inflated, then is there like risk-free return from Bitcoin or something like that?
Yeah, let's say if no one, as of today, if no one actually sells it, it just stays there, and let's say they keep printing dollar and the dollar value goes down, Bitcoin will rise accordingly. If no one actually, if the world comes to a conclusion that nobody's selling it.
Sure, kind of piggybacking on that, what like drives the price of cryptocurrency? Is it all speculation? Like with stocks, they have fundamentals. They're reporting on earnings. They can show this company is doing well, but
yeah,
for crypto, you can't really see the same.
Yeah. So right now, most of these cryptos prices are dependent on supply and demand, right? So especially with Bitcoin, like as Pranav said, it's simple supply and demand. If you have a limited supply, the more people want to buy it, the more the price is going to go up. But with some of these coins like Solana and Ethereum, they actually operate on something called a bonding curve. So what that is essentially it's just like a big exponential curve that because they have unlimited supply, right? It's hard to determine the price. So it follows like kind of just a big exponential curve. So at the beginning, it's very cheap, right? It's kind of complex. They use a lot of complex math to determine it, but there is actually a formula for it. But simplified, it is really just supply and demand for the price. But as you said, stocks have fundamentals, right? Companies, you can have really solid companies with, you know, good fundamentals, good CEOs, good XYZ, right? They're like really ingrained into their industry, and that's what you see with these with native blockchains, right? So because each blockchain is different, if you take time to read their white paper, which is their outline of like it's like their company philosophy statement, right? What they believe in, you'll understand why each of these has so much value. And that's why these are like the big ones. Obviously, some meme coins can still blow up in popularity. I mean, some penny stocks like triple after like for no reason, right? They can go up and down. That's like the same thing. So these are more fundamental companies or blockchains, but yeah, you can still have like penny stocks that are basically meme coins.
Just like that, Bitcoin is more like how gold's worth like 25 trillion in market capitalization. Bitcoin is like people see it as against inflation, right? So they just buy it because it's like they consider it as a safe investment for the future.
And enough about talking about crypto. Let's create our own crypto. All right. So if you scan this QR code, it'll take you to a Google form. You guys can team up if you want, or you can submit your own. But fill out the form, come up with a name, a ticker symbol, and a short description for your crypto. And we're gonna vote on the best one, and whoever wins, I'll mint their crypto, and you can have an actual coin. So be creative, be creative.
Oh, okay.
Can we invest in that coin?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, that's not. I gotta be sure.
I'm just doing good.
I'm gonna leave you.
Yeah, I might send you one too.
Dustin. I got you here.
Oh, is it not listed?
Yes. I don't know, I work.
But
yeah, wait. Oh, yeah, we can. Yeah. I'm actually really looking at that.
Not investing, not investing. Bullish is like something the best thing to say gold right now. Trump just cut rates.
Yeah, he exempted gold from crypto. And that boosted the price.
No one's voting for that. Nothing inappropriate, please. Like semi school appropriate. It can be like funny.
Okay, it's funny.
I think I feel like. I think it's time.
We're still waiting for Oh, then.
I don't know.
There's already. Don't I go?
Everyone's gonna vote on it.
It's crazy. It's on Coinbase. Oh, dude, nah.
Oh.
I mean, I'll check this. Like, most people submit this.
What's our inspiration for the description?
Whatever will get you votes.
Okay.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, whatever you think will get you votes. Oh, we already got one. Don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
Is that yours?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure like what the, like maybe the ticker has to be like 3 letters.
No. I think there's at least under 9 letters, so you should be fine.
Yeah.
Is the description just the name, or are we like describing it?
Whatever you want. Like, anything to get you votes, you know.
It's like, yeah.
Oh, that's actually so good. No, that's fine.
Description or description? No, just like someone needs it.
Oh shit. We actually did a class last year. There's a blockchain and cryptocurrency class, and we got to mint an NFT. Yeah, no, that's cool.
I'll probably take it next semester.
It's a fun class.
It seems awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, 3 responses. There you go.
Should we do like submit by 6:45?
Yeah. Try getting submissions in the next like couple of minutes. I don't really want to see it die.
We are going to introduce some competitions. If you're interested in a finance competition, Finance Club is running a Bloomberg competition. And Brendan is also running a venture capital competition.
I'll talk about it.
You just gotta submit, bro.
I'll submit it.
We'll see it.
It's in the spring.
I submit it.
Oh, okay.
No problem.
Responses. Just have Oh, these are your names? Wait, what is it?
The richer you get rich coin.
Alright, is everyone submitted?
No.
Yo, come on, man.
Now they got 3 words.
International business.
How are they?
Submitted?
It's alright. Thanks.
Yeah, we did have a good one, but then my.
No. You guys can say your name when we're presenting. You can share it. You can just share it manually. And you can just
Manually.
Explain what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I can do that.
I think like.
Alright, are we good? Yo,
Oh,
come
yeah, I
on.
give him 2 more.
Fabian.
Yo,
Bro,
what are we
he's writing
typing?
an essay.
Dude, like, this was like 2 sentences.
Bro, he's lucky. Mine was like 3 words.
Alright, is everyone done?
No, we're still
Done?
Yep. You didn't do an image? It's fine. It's fine.
Alright, Johnny, help him submit it.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. So you have the lawyer.
You can just start going through
And anything you like,
How are we voting?
Just
Just
like
like where you
Yeah.
We'll get a fun one.
Wait, can we hide the
You
name
can-
so it's anonymous?
I think it is anonymous.
Oh wait, I put my name.
Yeah. Owl versus Pokemon.
I don't know. We're gonna.
Maybe you could like zoom in so we can just.
I think it's gonna like.
Wait, what about the? Wait, can we see the image?
Oh wait. Oh, I think
I didn't have a file.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have like
They're all here. Alright, I'm gonna start going through them. Alright, we got Schmoop coin. It's basically just another meme coin.
Damn. Oh, okay. Wait, there's no like premise behind it.
Alright, hand in the air if you vote. If you want Schmoop
Should we
coin.
go through all of them?
Let's go through all of them.
Yeah, let's call it first. Let me see what we got. Sanj or Genethelius. Mad.
I knew you were.
Jobless. Trust the process.
Oh, hell.
Johnny's booty coin. Yo. What?
What?
Yo,
You made this on your own. This is your own free will. No one made you do this.
I'm so late apparently.
Spud coin. Hot.
Idaho potato farming.
Okay.
Valid.
Oh.
Love it. Harvey, golden shower. It can rain gold.
Oh.
Whoa. Some big promises.
Okay.
Rain gold.
That's
Aura coin.
Oh.
Gives you plus 100 aura. Why settle for ordinary money when you can have currency with aura? No picture. Is that that's supposed to be part of the aura?
You submitted.
Okay. We got crypto Kermit.
Okay.
And crypto Kermit. Holly charity coin that gives 10% back.
That's charity.
Okay. Okay, so what's your guys' name?
Oh, so our coin was gonna be called Shark Tank Sanj. And basically the whole image of it was gonna be Sanj, in like a shark tank surrounded by sharks, because he is, like the Shark Tank pro.
Okay.
So we thought it would be like a really good, like professional coin.
For context, in our internship, you would have to do presentations, and my feedback was always, you sound like you're in Shark Tank.
Okay, out of our 9 coins. Alright, let's just go one by one. Alright, number 1, Schmoop coin. Any votes? 1 vote. Alright, next. Unlucky. Alright, Sanchez coin. Alright, 1 vote. Jobless coin. Anybody jobless? Nope. That's probably good. Johnny's coin.
Yeah. Thank you. Let's get this coin minted. Let's get this coin minted.
5, 6, 7 for Johnny's booty coin. Okay. Spud coin. Anyone helping Idaho?
Wait, who made, was it, did you make the Johnny's booty?
Yeah.
Wow, Johnny's butt coin is okay. Golden shower. 1 vote, 2 votes. Unfortunate. Does not look like it's gonna rain gold tonight. Or a coin.
Yeah. Wait, can I go more than one?
3? Sure.
Yeah, I actually
4
like
votes
it. Or a
for
coin
coin.
sounds fire.
Yeah, I already know what it is.
Alright, Crypto Kermit. Anybody? Just not the same bang as Johnny's booty coin. Holly Thompson donation coins. 2, 3, 4. Wow, strong competition. Okay, so it looks like Johnny's booty coin.
Hey, I won, but at what cost?
I have a question. Are you gonna uphold the
yeah.
Every time, just so you know, each coin at the beginning is like 0.0001 cents. So you can buy like 1,000 with like a penny. Okay, we'll get that minted.
Wait, so when we mint it, is there also a supply?
So it follows the bond curve.
Oh, I see.
Okay, it's unlimited.
Yeah.
What does this bond curve look like?
So it looks like.
Oh my, and you even got a Google like thing.
So bond curve looks like this. It just goes up really fast. I'm not gonna go into technicals. It's kind of boring, but yeah,
The
just so
supply
that.
is variable? Even though it's unlimited, the supply is technically variable?
Technically, yeah.
Oh, okay, so like how many, like, does the supply exist in other people's hands? I
Kind
don't
of.
know.
Like
We can talk after the meeting.
Yeah.
Anyways, there actually
it could be
is
trillions also.
some more to the slideshow.
It goes forever. Quadrillion.
Finance.
Hey guys, spoken for before, this is Bruce myself. So, I'm Brennan Guzman, I'm another one of the board members here, focused on professional development. There you go, there it is. Okay. We have a new competition. We're gonna be working with the Center for Entrepreneurship at SLU with Mr. Sheets. If any of you guys know, any of you guys know Sheets? He rocks. Sheets is a great guy. So this is SLU's first ever undergraduate VC-ICT ever. It's a venture capital investment competition. It takes place in Cincinnati. And then if we place well enough in the regional, we'll move on to an East Coast. Usually decided, usually DC or New York. Really big stage, global competition. A lot of really big people will be there, not just people in venture capital. These are people in private equity, people in M&A, pretty big name people across fields. It's an incredible opportunity for students interested in private equity, VC, consulting, you name it, they'll probably be there.
Is it open to anybody?
It's open to anybody. The team is pretty selective. It's going to be 5 other people, still narrowing down. Like I said, it takes place in the spring, but it could be an incredible opportunity. It's worth reaching out about. I put my email at the bottom, and yeah, please let me know if you have any questions. I'll definitely talk more about it if people are interested.
What's the actual competition?
Like how it actually works?
Yeah.
So to explain it in a nutshell, it's essentially you're going to get a packet or a brief ahead of time that largely has to do with the firms that are going to go, like startups. This is going to be like for anyone that's ever done anything related to venture capital. Usually you have like a firm brief or like, and it's going to give the financials behind the firm, what they do, what they want to do, how they plan to expand, their target audience, their target market, and basically just their investment, their equity stake. Think about it like it's on Shark Tank, exactly like that. So you'll get that brief, you'll analyze it with a team. These are teams of 6 with universities all over the country, like all over the country. You'll get that brief with a team. You're going to analyze it. Then in front of a panel of judges, you will talk directly to the firm, in front of a panel, in front of a crowd. So it's a lot of public speaking. It'll be a really good opportunity to practice that stuff. You're going to ask them questions. You're going to analyze them. You'll take your own feedback, and then your job from that as a team is to then either pitch that firm to a group of VCs, like a panel of people that are like actual venture capitalists in front of judges, or explain why it's not a good investment. Which, mind you, that margins in venture capital, margins in private equity can be pretty large, pretty small, or ginormous. So this is either like they're gaining a lot of money or they're losing a lot of money. And that's how the competition usually takes place. There's a lot of nuance to it in terms of like why teams will get together, in September or October for something happening in the spring. And that's all the stuff that we're gonna handle directly with the Center for Entrepreneurship. So, yeah.
If I know nothing about private equity or venture capital, do you recommend I should still apply?
Yeah, if you're interested in it, by all means apply. I mean, I went back the last 10 years on all the winners. I mean, these are schools like Carnegie Mellon, these are schools like Harvard, these are schools like Michigan, or last year Dartmouth. And I chronicled and charted all of the majors and all of the experiences that succeeded, and not only succeeded, but won on a huge stage. And these are majors that aren't just, finance or marketing or anything like that. I mean, these are majors that are like economics, these are majors like accounting, like people that come up with their balance sheet. And these are majors like comp sci, or data admin, or business admin, that can look at a business and say, is this going to succeed or is this going to fail? So by all means, it's worth applying. There's going to be, still gauging interest, but spearheading the team means there's a lot of nuance to picking who joins, but by all means, if you're interested, it can be a really cool opportunity for anyone interested. Yeah.
Well, yeah, sorry. So you said there's gonna be like a team of like 5 people, so does that mean there's gonna be like an interview process, like a tryout,
So to an extent, it's, I have a plan to speak to the finance club as well about this too. In a nutshell, this is it. There's a lot of information online. However, once we gauge interest and we have a list of people that are interested, we're gonna have an auditorium booked out and do an actual informational, this is specifics about time commitment, so that people aren't like, oh, this is gonna be once a week thing, and then suddenly you're in a team doing mocks and you're meeting 3 times a week because it's a competition. We're gonna kind of gauge interest at first, and then from there go into more specifics about the commitments, and then from there be able to narrow down more who would be a better fit or who's even able to go. So yeah, just right now we're in kind of more the gauging phase, but from there will be a little bit more of a get to know you process and so it's definitely something I'm going to bring up more. I mean, I'm a student that's directly interested in venture capital. This is what I want to do the moment I graduate, and I work in it now. So for my sake at least, this is something that I'm fully into. I'll definitely be talking about it further, especially because it's going to be a big time commitment for me. But for anyone interested in these kind of spheres, it'd be a hell of an opportunity. And it's SLU's first undergrad team ever. We only usually will host a master's team, and that happens every once in a while depending on interest. However, WashU always has a SLU undergrad team. They're our biggest competition, and I want to kick their ass. So, let's go. By all means, if you guys are interested, my email is at the bottom. I want to go there and do well. Hope you guys can see.
Sounds good.
I'm the last person to talk about competition today, so then you guys can get out of here. But my name is Matthew, and I'm the president of the Finance Club. Many of you guys know me. We are currently starting out one competition that we did last year called the Bloomberg Global Trading Challenge. It's about $1 million fake dollars. You're competing against about 2,500 other teams all across the globe. And you get those $1 million fake dollars and you can spend it on any kind of ETFs, commodities, or whatever that you can. There's no Bitcoin or anything like that in there. But you guys will get the Bloomberg trading experience, so you guys will get to go down to the Bloomberg lab, input those trades, and it's through a month long. So it's from about mid-October to mid-November. That's when you guys are going to be trading. If you guys are interested in doing a competition, a portfolio challenge, $1 million fake dollars, we win, we go to some crazy place like Singapore or something like that. You guys are welcome to look it up. It's pretty cool. So if there's enough interest in this club, we'll be holding 4 teams. I've got 2 for finance, 1 or 2 for PPM people or whatever. Just based on the amount of interest, I'll just try and get more finance professionals to go ahead. So I would say it's technically unlimited, and plus we can put more analysts down. So if you're interested, please come up, talk to me, and I'll go ahead and put your name down. Thank you.
And that's everything. Thank you guys for coming. I will have Johnny's booty coin minted for next meeting. If you guys want to end up buying it, we'll see. But yeah, thank you guys for coming. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you. I won. Yeah. Oh my god.
I thought Shelley Felix kind of get
I have to read for some honors, so look up some honors.
No, it's fine.
Are you gonna go to the dinosaur meeting on Monday?
Yes, sure.
Really?
Yeah. Last week.
So like.